In a time long ago, the city of Rome was a bustling hub of life and wonder. Its streets were filled with the hustle and bustle of daily life, and its grand buildings stood as a testament to the glory of the Roman Empire. In a grand villa, overlooking this majestic city, lived a young boy named Julius. He was not just any boy, he was born into the Julian clan, a family known for its noble lineage. From his balcony, Julius would watch the city, his young mind filled with dreams of greatness. Julius often visited the Roman Forum, the very heart of the city's political life. Here, amidst the debates and discussions of Rome's greatest minds, he found his calling. The words of the orators and the passion of the politicians ignited a fire in Julius's heart, but Julius knew that dreams alone were not enough. He spent countless hours in his study, surrounded by scrolls and tablets. He learned about history, philosophy, and the art of leadership. In this room of learning, Julius prepared himself for the future he so dearly desired. As Julius grew, his dreams grew with him. He dreamt of glory, of making his mark on the world. But he knew the path to greatness was not easy. It was a path of ambition and courage, a path that would one day lead him to become one of the greatest names in history. This was the beginning of Julius Caesar's journey, a journey that would change Rome forever. Under the setting sun, the Roman camps were alive with activity. Soldiers polished their armor and sharpened their swords, preparing for the battles ahead. Julius walked among them, his presence commanding respect and admiration. The Gallic Wars were a true test of Julius's military genius. The vast battlefields were where strategies were drawn and victories were claimed. As the legions advanced, their formations were a sight to behold, a dance of discipline and strength. Through forests and over hills, the legions marched, a sea of shields and spears moving as one. Julius led them not just with orders, but with inspiration, his vision clear and unwavering. In the heart of the camp, the strategic planning unfolded. Maps were spread out, and plans were drawn. Here, Julius's mind shone brightest, crafting strategies that would turn the tide of wars and carve his name in history. This was Julius Caesar, a man of swords and strategy, a leader who shaped his destiny with every move on the battlefield. His journey was more than just a tale of battles won, it was a story of a man's rise to immortality through sheer might and intellect. The legions, under Caesar's command, stood ready, their shields a wall of iron, their spears pointing towards the sky. The Gallic landscape, once peaceful, now echoed with the drumming of Roman soldiers, ready for battle. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the Roman soldiers worked tirelessly, constructing fortified camps in the Gallic countryside. The sound of hammers and the sight of rising palisades marked the Romans' claim on these foreign lands. Under the evening sky, within the safety of the camp, strategies were forged. Around tables laden with maps and plans, Caesar and his commanders plotted their next moves. The air was thick with anticipation and the weight of decisions that could change the course of the war. At dawn, the Roman cavalry patrolled the countryside, their horses' hooves beating a steady rhythm on the soft earth. They were the eyes and ears of the legions, scouting the land, ever watchful for signs of the enemy. This was more than just a war, it was a testament to Caesar's military might and strategic brilliance. Each victory, each conquest, brought him closer to his destiny, shaping him into a leader who would forever be remembered as one of Rome's greatest. In a time of great turmoil, the destiny of Rome hung in the balance. Julius Caesar, once a hero of the Roman people, now stood at the edge of a decision that would forever change history. Before him flowed the Rubicon, a small river, yet a mighty symbol of Rome's laws and traditions. To cross it with his army meant breaking a sacred law, a point of no return. Behind him, his legionaries marched in unwavering formation, their shields and spears a testament to their loyalty and strength. They followed Caesar, trusting in his leadership and vision. The night before the crossing, the Roman camp was alive with the murmur of soldiers. They gathered around campfires, under the starry sky, aware that the dawn would bring a momentous day. As dawn broke, Caesar gazed upon Rome from afar, its buildings bathed in the first light. He knew that his next step would lead to either triumph or ruin, not just for himself, but for all of Rome. With a deep breath, Caesar made his choice. "The die is cast," he declared. And with that, he led his army across the Rubicon, into the pages of history, forever altering the course of the Roman Republic. With the crossing of the Rubicon, Julius Caesar's fate was sealed. He returned to Rome, not as a mere citizen, but as a ruler unmatched in power. The Roman Senate, once the heart of the Republic's decision-making, now stood as a symbol of the shifting tides of power. The Roman Forum, once a place of vibrant debate and democracy, now buzzed with the news of Caesar's return. People gathered, their voices a mix of excitement and apprehension, as the reality of a single man's rule began to sink in. Caesar's influence was felt everywhere. His image was minted on Roman coins, a clear sign of his unparalleled authority and reach. These coins traveled across the empire, a constant reminder of the new era under Caesar's rule. At night, the city of Rome illuminated under his rule. The streets, lit by torches, were alive with the energy of a new Rome. This was a city transformed, a city that mirrored the grandeur and ambition of its ruler. In this chapter of Rome's history, Caesar stood as the unchecked ruler, a man whose decisions shaped the fate of an empire. His rule was a blend of reform and authority, a period that would forever be etched in the annals of history. As dawn cast its first light on the Roman Senate, the city stirred to life, unaware that the threads of fate were weaving a new chapter in its history. In the bustling marketplaces, among the stalls and the crowds, whispers of discontent rustled like leaves in the wind. People spoke in hushed tones, their words a mix of fear and speculation. The air was thick with the sense of a looming change. Behind closed doors, the once loyal now plotted. Scrolls and tablets lay scattered on tables, symbols of the brewing conspiracy against Caesar. The plans were covert, the stakes high, and the consequences far-reaching. As dusk fell, the streets of Rome grew quiet, the shadows lengthening. The city that once bustled under Caesar's rule now waited in anticipation, as if holding its breath for the inevitable. This was the calm before the storm, the quiet before the fall. Caesar, the unchecked ruler, now faced the hidden currents of dissent. The legacy of Rome was at a crossroads, and the next turn would lead to a moment that would echo through the ages.